Hi everyone, it is the unknown Miss Somebody, Shannon Evikapoyan, here again. In my last video, I didn't get to really touch on I'm trying to keep them short, not super long, but I'm trying to touch on the 6-point star that's represented in nature, so I just wanted to discuss that today. So I kind of pre-wrote it out, and my last video was kind of hard to write and talk to you guys at the same time while holding it. So, but I do have some notes about the symbolism of all of these. So I did want to talk about what the symbolism definition means. It's a theme of a story represented on a physical level. So as you can see, I have the 5 elements to life, and we together will discuss what the 6th one is. But first we're going to start with fire. So fire symbolizes the cleansing and purification, the reason to burn everything away, to clear, to begin again. It is represented by the color orange. And there are positive and negatives to each element of life. So the positives is courageous, strong, and passionate. And the negative is anger, obsessive, and jealousy. Then we move to the air and wind. This is the symbol of change, which if I had to pick myself as one of these, I know it's all of these, but if I had to pick one, I would probably say that I am the wind, just because it touches everything, and I feel like anybody that comes into my presence is affected. Hopefully not in a negative way, but I try to be as positive as possible. I mean, we are perfectly imperfect as human beings, or living beings, as I like to say. So the symbolism is of change. It sweeps in and takes the form of wind, takes away the old and brings in the new. Some positive is communicative, joyful, and imaginative. Negative is self-centered, dishonest, and flaky. Oh, and just so you guys know, I literally just Googled all of this stuff, so it's not anything that you can't find or research on your own. I just wanted to bring it all together for us today, so everything you can just Google. I did Google images, it was a lot easier. Okay, now we're going to move to metal. Air is the color of yellow, sorry. Metal is the color represented gray. It means permanence, purity, wealth, and virtue. We'll talk a little bit more about metal in a little bit, because I have like kind of a fun thing I want to discuss about that. Now we're going to move to earth and stone. It's the symbol of building and solidity. The reason is the strongest natural, and the earth is stable. This color is represented in green. Positive and negatives. Positive is grounded, logical, and hardworking. Negatives are weakness, lazy, stubborn, and materialistic. Then we'll move over to water. This is the symbol of life. It cleanses, and is the reason, as it is a necessity to life. This represented in the color of blue. The strength is healing, peaceful, and trusting. Weakness is indifferent, depressive, and erratic. So now we move to the 6th element on this 6-point star. In the Avengers, they represented this when Thanos took over and had like the whole freaking fist of the 5 elements and the stones. They represented it as love, which I agree with, but I also kind of like the idea of universal positive energy. Just hold on, I need to switch hands here. I'm getting a hand cramp. Let's get over. Okay, here we go. This is actually better too because I'm left-handed, so nailed it. So let's put love and then just positive universal energy. Oh my god, it's like so much better. So most would represent love in the color red, but I think this should be purple. And then we'll do blue. And then we'll do green. Oops. Fire is orange. Gray. And yellow. And you can always revert back to my video with Miss May where she discusses the symbolism of those specific colors. So yes, so also this also represents the yin and yang, my yin and yang theory. So what's awesome is this bottom half represents the yin, and this top part represents the yang. It actually will look better once it all comes together. So the whole key is to not have this versus one or the other. It's more of having a balance of all. Hence why I call it the yin and yang theory. But yes, so the whole good versus bad, right versus wrong, blah 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 blah, it's not one or the other. It's a balance of right and wrong, a balance of good versus bad. Oh, another thing I wanted to point out to you guys, let me just clear this off, is the metals. So what I kind of took was funny. So they talk about iron specifically. I wanted to talk about iron. What's funny about iron is I looked up the symbolism of it, and when you take the word female and you just focus on the F and the E, this is the periodic table for iron, which is funny that it's in feminine energy. When I did look up the symbolism of it, it did say that it was a very masculine metal or element. It is known as growth, dependence, and protection, seen as provokes emotions of lust, confidence, resilience, and strength. But I just thought it was really interesting that, you know, not to be too much in detail, but women do have that time of the month where they bleed and they need more iron. It's known that females need more iron. So I just thought it was really interesting that iron was represented in the word female. Power out to all my sisters out there. And then I also just wanted to break down the word courage, because I found something really interesting when I was doing my word magic. So I'm just going to write down the word courage really quick. If I write down the word courage and I take away the letter C, it represents our age. You know, you've heard of the Stone Age and the Dark Age and all those, but the New Age is our age. We need to own it. And we need to own it not just for ourselves, but for past generations and for future generations to move forward. Those are like the main things that I wanted to discuss with you guys today. Please look out for Shenanigans when she discusses the spectrums of life. It has a lot to do with sexuality. I think you guys will find it very interesting. Also the symbolism of animals, going back to our talk about nature and just trying to represent nature in all of her glory. Some of the best documentaries that I've watched on Netflix is obviously Planet Earth with David Attenborough. Life is a really good one. And my favorite one that I watched the other day is A Night on Earth, which talks about how the cities need to be more representative of and thought-provoking of animals versus just about humans. So make sure you guys check those out as well. And this is Shannon Kapoyan signing off. I would also like to say that I'm a proud proponent of the Peace and Freedom Party. I know the election is coming up. I wanted to do like the peace and freedom. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to meeting with you guys again. I hope you learned something in this today, or at least, thought about something different. And I look forward to speaking with you guys soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.